Hey you guys, it's me Kiana coming at you today, and it is my second video. If you want to see that awesome chili I made with the TVP, which is a meat substitute or alternative, make sure you go to that video. Now, this question has been asked to me many times, whether that's in regular comments or NPMs, and it was a concern I had myself when embarking on a new lifestyle change or a new eating plan or a new diet. Now, I'll take my gum out. Now, let me explain something. People say that it doesn't cost any additional money, or if it doesn't cost much money, to change your eating habits and to eat healthy. Now, my answer to that is they're lying. The reason why I say that is because there is no profit in eating healthy for the government. Not just the government, for businesses in general. Businesses, when they're trying to push fast foods, when they're trying to push medicines, just the state in general. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because when you're eating healthier, of course, naturally, whether you want to believe it or not, your you know, diseases, all these things are, the chances are less when you're eating healthy. Um, because the truth is, us as Americans, we do consume a lot of food that bring on certain illnesses. Um, and when you're eating healthy and you're adapting to living like that, then you're not, you know, throwing your money into fast food. That's one down. You're not, you don't have to use as much medication usually on an average. That's one down as far as the people that push in medicine companies and stuff like that. So it's several different factors why I believe, my theory, that it's not profitable for certain groups for people to eat healthy. So since that's not something that they're interested in as far as helping people out or them losing money, naturally, because they're a business, they want to make money, they're not going to make it easy for you to have these products. And when I say not make it easy, because everybody can get them, but they're not going to make it as easy as it is to go and get something off the dollar menu. Okay? Now, the reason why I also said that it does cost more money, because you would think that eating healthier, you know, that also incorporates eating fruits and veggies and buying less meat. We automatically, our brain, like, well, you're buying less meat and stuff like that. So, that's a good thing. So you shouldn't have to, you shouldn't be spending as much. Well, the reality is, if you're eating meat, if you're on a lifestyle change, or if you're eating healthier, you have to buy leaner meats. Leaner meats cost what? More money. Also, if you're embarking on a healthier lifestyle, you have to buy more fruits and veggies. Fruits and veggies, despite them being very simple, they are more expensive now than ever. Okay? So you can go get a bag of chips, literally, and only get a bag of oranges that maybe have about 8 oranges at the most, and have the same price as that family size bag of chips. Now, those oranges, yeah, it will feed you 8 times, but those chips on the back, if you look at it, they can give you like 16, 15 servings. And they're easier as far as we assume, because it's already done. You just got to open the bag and eat, versus we have to pick. We're lazy too. I mean, these things may not, they may not strike a nerve to some people, but to some people it may strike a nerve, some of the things I'm going to say or that I'm saying. The reality is, I can say them because I am the exact people that I'm talking of. People can't get offended when you're talking about yourself too. So I'm saying all this to say that it is more expensive to eat healthier, I've found. Also, I've learned that when you're eating healthier, when you're eating loads of veggies and stuff like that, I don't think really nobody has really touched base on this. At least not in our circle that that we look at. But the reality is that you do have to eat a little bit more often, not more food, but more often. The reason why I've noticed myself that when I'm eating loads of veggies and stuff, I want to eat a little bit more often than if I'm eating something really heavy. I guess because it stays longer on your belly when you're eating something heavy. If I eat, 2 big giant donuts, versus if I eat that, that'll stay on my belly for a minute, versus eating some curds and celery sticks. So I may have to eat those curds and celery sticks in an hour again. Okay, so that drives the costs up. Okay, because you're eating more often. You may not be eating larger portions, but you're eating more often because the food, I've noticed, it doesn't stay as long, making me feel full. So I may eat 5 small meals a day. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when I say small meals, I'm talking about, a side salad, and then maybe an hour later some granola, and then maybe an hour later some raisins, a pack of raisins, and maybe an hour later my lunch or my dinner, and then maybe 2 hours after that maybe a sugar-free popsicle or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to give you an example of, you have to eat a little bit more often than you do when you're not on a diet, because that 2 donuts, those big donuts that you have, may keep you until lunch or dinner time. You understand? But meanwhile, me, who's eating curd sticks and granola and stuff like that, I may have to eat those things that I was eating. I may have to eat them twice before dinner time. Do you understand what I'm saying? But overall, you're still making a healthier choice. Even though you're eating more often, you're still making a healthier choice because the caloric intake is lower. Your fat grams is cut literally down to nothing almost. Your carb count, depending on what you're eating, it could be cut as well if that's something that you're looking at. And just your overall health is improved. Now, ways that you can get around that. Now, what I do is, these are just some tips I'm telling you that I do. I hope they help you guys. One of the things I do is I freeze veggies and fruits before they go bad. If I think that they're about to go bad, not that they are bad, if I think they're about to go bad, I freeze them. Why? Because you can make use of it in something else. You can always bulk up a dish. You can make a stock out of the veggies, or you can always do something with it. And I've learned that that it's important to not be wasteful, because it is an increase in money. You don't want to waste anything. For instance, I opened up a very, very small can of black olives yesterday, just to put a few on my whole wheat soft taco. So what I did was I used one of those snack size sandwich bags, put the rest, it was only a handful, the rest of those black olives inside of a sandwich snack size bag, and I went ahead and threw it in the freezer. Why? Because I may want a taco in 4 days, and I can just leave that out for an hour, and I have, yet again, rather than opening up another can, driving the cost up even more, I can have a few of those same black olives. Or I may want to make a bean dip or something like that, a 7-layer bean dip or something. So I'm just being mindful of everything that I use, and using it to basically keep my costs down. Another thing that I do is, when you have your veggies and you like, say for instance celery, when you get all the way down to the part you don't want, I don't throw it away. I don't throw anything away that I use on my cut veggies. If it's the ends of carrots or whatever, I don't throw it away. What I do is I put it in a big sandwich bag, a freezer size sandwich bag, and throw it all in the freezer. And I just do this as I'm cutting veggies, days on days, day after day after day. I just throw it all in this bag. And what I do is I use that as a vegetable stock. What I do is, when I get time, because once a week, what I do is I break all of my veggies and fruits down. Break them all down, put them in individual bags, or put them in freezer bags with a little bit of water, so you can have carrot sticks and celery sticks and stuff like that handy. I break down my fruits in serving sizes and little containers. I make homemade salsa, which is the best. I make that, and I make that literally for pennies, you guys. And the store-bought versions cannot touch it whatsoever. So I make that kind of stuff. I just take a half a day once a week, and I break down everything to make it convenient for me for the whole entire week. That way I have no excuse to impulse eat. And if I do impulse eat, I'm eating on the right items. It gives me an extra tool to use, and it also gives me extra strength. It gives me extra strength because I no longer feel like I'm compelled to eat something I'm not supposed to eat, because I have other stuff handy. And even if I had to eat double of those celery sticks or carrot sticks to be satisfied, it's still better than eating a double-sized portion of Doritos, if you're following me. So these are some things I do. I can also use the vegetable stock and add a little bit of gluten-free flour to it, and make it down into a gravy, a vegetable gravy. So that's up to you, but you can do that, put it in a container, and you always have vegetable gravy on hand. And you use the stock as your base, and then added a little bit of roux to it, and made a gravy out of it. So that's just another way. And look, you just have a big huge container at that point of vegetable stock or gravy, and it was literally free because you use it with scraps. So these are things that I do. Also, buying veggies when they are on clearance at your food market. Buy those veggies, go home, blanch them, and then put them in the freezer bags. This is a great way to literally get veggies half off of the price. You get a lot of it because they want to get rid of a lot of it at one time, so they usually give you a big bundle of something for like 69 cents. And you can freeze it, and it stops it from going bad, and you can use it in any dishes to bulk up dishes. I've learned that one of the ways that I do as far as meals, keeping the cost down, is I bulk up my dishes to make myself feel fuller with loads of veggies. And that just helps me keep down the cost. It also, like for instance, if I'm eating lo mein noodles, but if I put a huge amount of veggies in it, I wind up eating less lo mein noodles. And that's just an example, but I'm just saying that that's what I do so that I don't eat as much of the quote-unquote not so healthy stuff. And it is healthy to me. Why do I say that, and why people still feel the need to say or whatever about you got noodles and they're not healthy? The reality is that your body, when they have been abused so long, and when your body is so used to eating loads of sausage and hot dogs and cheeseburgers and stuff like that, okay? When you have done that to your body so long, and then you switch over to eating a little bit of lo mein noodles and some stir fry, trust and believe me, that's a healthier version. You have to understand that my healthier version may not be your healthier version. It may not be. You may say that, soy products have side effects and they make you do this but the reality is those soy products is better for me than to eat what I was eating before. Okay? It's better for me to eat some soy chips rather than some Utz chips that I would eat the entire bag, family size bag of. So that's what I say, that my healthy, I'm going to say it again because that's a great statement. My healthy may not be your healthy, but it's healthy nevertheless. Why? Because my body is comparing it to what it had and what it used to consume before. Example, my caloric intake, if I was to go on a calorie, low-cal diet, my caloric intake, the doctor may say I need 1,500 calories, where yours may be 1,200 calories. It's many factors into why everybody's is different. But the reality is it doesn't make my way any less valuable or any more appropriate for me than yours is. But it's just different. So these are just some things that I use as far as tips to be successful, or to at least aim for greatness in your weight loss journey, your eating changes, or your dietary changes. Another thing I do is I make dishes, big pots of dishes, and then break them down. That keeps the cost down. And you actually don't spend as much on eating out when you're eating, in this kind of lifestyle. So we spend a little bit more money, but if you're wise with the money that you spend, it winds up actually, only if you use these tactics and these tricks, it winds up being almost the exact amount that you spent before. But you have to use tricks to get your costs down, because if you don't use tricks, it will be more money. So I hope you understand and follow what I was saying. It will be more money if you don't use tricks. Also, buy a lot that's on sale. If you see something on sale, whether you couponed or it's just a regular sale, buy a lot of it. Put it up. Break it down. And that way, it saves long term as far as your costs going down or staying down. So I hope this has helped someone. I have another video to do later on about how I feel as far as physically, since I've been on my vegetarian diet for a week in Body by Vi. I will let you guys know in that video separately. I love you all so much. Thank you for rolling with me, and be blessed.